my day-to-day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place.
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go now. 8, read.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Ready?
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Hey, Delta.
58, boys. 58. 58, Mike. Not here. Back. Joker.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Here we go again. Hey, 57. Hey, 43, 15. Check 52.
Check out.
Yellow.
Big Ed.
Hey, Ripley.
36.
First carry for Trenton Cannon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
They'll run with Cannon, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On first down, Mahomes. Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back. It's caught inside the 25. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 53 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run on first down with Cannon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Trenton Cannon with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. Switch. Hey, 15. Hey, 57. Kill. Turn it up. 15.
They'll run on first down. Cannon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Buzz, be ready.
Be ready.
Hey, 57.
Charlie.
From the 38, Mahomes buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Yellow. On the line, right?
Right there, 56. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Check three. Oh, flare. Under 10.
Yellow.
Shoot! Watch the shoot! 66. Bullet high!
Right.
On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Get it.
Draw play, it's Eckler. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Set up. 10 Lobo.
58, the mic. Check.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, it's Cannon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Yellow. We got double up.
On third down, Cannon. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, 1st down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I got you. I got you. Check 24. Watch 24.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. A give, Eckler running to the right. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Here I come. Here I come. Mike 5. Watch the screen.
Now.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
58, boys. 58. 58, Mike. I want that.
Look at me. Zipper.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Watch the screen. Huh?
Go.
58 is the
Hey,
Mike.
Zoo.
58 is the Mike.
Speed grip.
On 4th down, Herbert. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on 4th, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too, because you think you've got something good called, but if your offensive line can't hold up, that's often the result. They find a way back to the quarterback.
Kill. Alert 3.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cannon. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's coming, double up. I got him, man. I got him. He's mine.
Attack, attack.
Mike's 56. Here we go, D. It's just me and you.
Back to Cannon again on first down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
On 2nd down, it's Cannon, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
He's crazy. He's
back.
Watch out.
Yellow.
On first down, Cannon. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Cannon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Big Dad.
Yellow.
Come. Watch the eye.
On 3rd down, it's Cannon, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And the kick by Butker is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
All day, every day. Check. Check 50.
I don't need to.
Shit.
They go again with Cannon. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his 25th touchdown. tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, here's Eckler. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Go.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go, 58 is the mic. Record.
Bravo. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
58 for Mike, 58.
Hey, exit.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. 58, right over there.
Go.
From the gun, Herbert. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On the stop was Aaron Donald.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Yellow.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes looking middle, and it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. This defense tried to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Kill.
Easy.
On the carry, it's Cannon. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Able to push his way through. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Watch tight, tight ends right. Watch tight, tight ends right. 4 down, check. 4 down.
Attack!
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Check. Fresh down.
One more time, it's Cannon. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Tighten up.
Motion.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy that they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's Eckler again. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Herbert. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
You got nothing. Sunday. I finish 7.
Hey, watch it. Rush in. Wide. Get wide. Switch.
Hey, 43.
They'll start on the ground with Cannon, and he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check nickel. Watch twist.
Yellow.
Check 43.
They'll run again with Cannon, and he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
57. 57. He can't hang.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mahomes. He may try and run for this. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
57 to Mike. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
15.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cannon. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Chris Jones on the stop. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Here we go.
It's 60 or. Just like that. Just like that. Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58.
Hey, wahoo.
It's just me and you. 58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Go. Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Herbert looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of it.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Herbert caught by Allen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Herbert. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cannon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Check 26, check 26. Now.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurry up. Ready?
Here is Eckler. And an alley to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Now Charger kicker Mike Badgley on 4th down, coming out to try the field goal. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Here's Michael Badgley now for the Chargers field goal. This from 42 yards out. And his kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So for the Chiefs, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, this could hurt in the race for home field advantage as they drop to 10-2 on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.